Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Joan Hunter. I'm an internal medicine physician practicing in the Portland metro area. And I wanted to speak to you today about lifestyle medicine. So, lifestyle medicine is my passion and my purpose, and I'm here to share it because part of that passion and purpose is to share lifestyle medicine throughout the world. So, I want to introduce you to the idea of what lifestyle medicine is. And in 2019, I was lucky enough to find out about lifestyle medicine as a board specialty for physicians. So, lifestyle medicine is what I like to call new old medicine, where we focus on what we'll call the 6 pillars of health. And I'll show you those more in a minute. And we really use these pillars of health in an evidence-based way to help people make healthy changes. And you might hear it in the name that lifestyle medicine implies that you don't just do these things that I recommend on a daily basis to patients once in a while, but you really do them every day. You create a new healthy lifestyle, and that your lifestyle itself, what you put in your body and what you do with your body, really create your health. And really, every choice that we make, whether it's about what we eat during the day, what we drink, if we move our body or not, if we binge on social media, or if we choose to spend our time in more pleasurable activities or connecting with other people, all of those actions lead up to our health. So it's really important for me now as a board certified lifestyle medicine physician to share this with really the world. One of my goals is to educate other clinicians on what lifestyle medicine is, because there is a very easy way to get board certified in lifestyle medicine for most clinicians through the American College of Lifestyle Medicine and the American Board of Lifestyle Medicine. So we'll put some links for those resources in the descriptions. I want everyone to live as healthy as they can. So I'm going to share screen real quick and show you what lifestyle medicine is. So again, I mentioned we would talk about the 6 pillars of health. And again, lifestyle medicine is an evidence-based specialty. So we have over 40 years of evidence that show if people incorporate these 6 healthy habits into their life, that we improve health. And not only can we improve your current health, we can prevent chronic disease. We can also treat and reverse chronic disease. So the changes that I recommend in lifestyle medicine are changes that I think are fairly simple, that people can employ based on the choices that they make. They don't cost a lot of money, and they can make significant improvements in your health, and we have the evidence to back that up. So let's go through these 6 pillars, and I'll give you some ways to get started if you're wanting to make some changes but not really sure where to start. So I know that nutrition is probably the biggest thing that we can do to impact our health. In lifestyle medicine, we recommend a whole food, plant-focused diet. So some people know of that as a vegan diet. It really minimizes your intake of not only animal products, and I would specifically call out dairy and processed meats, but also of oil and of added sugar. So if you ask me about inflammatory foods, I want to do what I can to reduce inflammation, reduce my risk for chronic disease. I'm going to talk to you about dairy, about reducing your consumption of cow's milk products. I'm going to talk to you about reducing your sugar intake and your artificial sweetener and your added sugar. I'm going to talk to you about what I call the white foods, so processed flours. And reducing or getting rid of those 3 categories will probably take down your inflammation by 75 to 85%. So really what we put in our body, which is one thing that we can control directly, counts. I heard the statistic recently that we make over 220 choices about our food and our nutrition every day. So that includes from everything from, what am I putting in my coffee this morning? Am I having it black? Am I adding milk? What kind of milk? It's going to be plant-based. Is it going to be dairy-based? Am I adding any sugar? Is it going to be an artificial sweetener? Is it going to be straight sugar or a different refined sugar source? I mean, those are 10 decisions you can make just in your morning cup of coffee or tea. How much water do I drink? Do I choose low fat? Am I adding supersizing that? You can see how these decisions add up. And these are probably some of the most impactful decisions we can make day to day. And really helping people with nutrition is one of my passions. And hopefully you'll see through this video series that there are a lot of things we can do within our nutrition that I want to show you are simple and relatively easy to really make big impacts on our health. The second pillar of health is physical activity. And in lifestyle medicine, we know the recommendation is 150 minutes a week of moderate cardiovascular activity. That's just one part of the pillar of physical activity. We also want to talk about resistance training, which is moving your body against force. We also want to talk about flexibility and balance training, which gets so important as we age. But most people are not meeting this first guideline. So really thinking about how can you move your body in any way. I always say all good movement is good movement. And, personally, I park at the end of the parking lot. So I'm going to walk a couple minutes into work. I got to repeat that walk on my way out. Sometimes that's the biggest walk I might get during my day because I'm sitting at my desk or seeing patients all day. And we do know that, 150 minutes a week, that averages out to 30-minute, five days a week. But we know that anything 10 minutes or more is significantly impactful for your health. So think about, can you take a walk at lunch? If you work from home, can you set a timer to remind you to get up every 2 hours and get some movement in? So it really doesn't have to be going to the gym, running on the treadmill for an hour, or lifting a lot of heavy weights. We can put in what we call lifestyle movement. How can you get movement during your day-to-day activities? And it all counts. In fact, there was a study relatively recently that showed every minute that you move from a sedentary behavior, so sitting, laying, Netflix, binge watching, every minute you move from that kind of behavior, even to just light behavior, so up and walking around your house, standing instead of sitting, it has a direct impact on our health. So again, this is another place where we can make so many significant changes, and we'll talk more about this in the future. Sleep, such a big topic. I know for myself, if I'm not sleeping well, I am not existing well. And it's so much harder to make other healthy choices if you're not getting the rest that you need. So the lifestyle medicine recommendation is 7 to 9 hours of restful sleep every night. I find this is a place where I help so many people make incredible changes in their health by really getting them to concentrate their sleep at night and create helpful, restful bedtime activities that are going to promote healthy sleep. Sleep is not just the 8 hours overnight that we're trying to get rest. It's really a 24-hour cycle. So every choice we make during the day about our nutrition, about our exercise, about whether or not you're going to drink alcohol, it all adds up to good sleep overnight or poor sleep overnight. Stress reduction is our next pillar. This is really trying to help people in our busy, fast-paced lives carve out time for some peace, some ease, some rest, some relaxation. And that can look different to everyone. And I really enjoy helping people find their ways to de-stress. So it could be a quiet walk, spending time in nature, reading a book, relaxing, doing meditation, doing yoga, all of those ways that we know in the evidence support reducing your stress levels because chronic stress leads to chronic disease. They go hand in hand. Toxin reduction is our next pillar, and it really focuses in lifestyle medicine on reducing tobacco and alcohol use. Now, most of us know that smoking cigarettes is not good for us. I think it took about 50 years, but we finally got the word out. So I still have patients that I work with on smoking cessation, and it's hard. Breaking habits is hard, and that's a lot of what we do in lifestyle medicine is create new healthy habits. Alcohol, however, is something that it's only really coming to the forefront how potentially hazardous to our health long-term alcohol can be. And so I really like working with people to educate them on there probably isn't a healthy level of alcohol consumption. This has been a long personal journey of my own, getting to a place where I really don't drink alcohol, maybe once a week. And it used to be a daily habit. And that's all it was, a habit that wasn't really serving me. It's not really serving my health long term. So we'll talk more about how do you break bad habits, how do you create new healthy habits, and some of the impacts that alcohol can have in our health. The last pillar is healthy relationships. It's connecting with people or your favorite places or things. It's surrounding yourself with a network that supports you and brings you up, buoys you up. And it's fostering those relationships that are healthy and creating boundaries around relationships that are not. So many people have a hard time saying no to people and engagements when it doesn't really serve them, and really fostering the relationship with yourself, because we know that self-care is not just bubble baths and pedicures and shopping sprees. It's really taking care of you and realizing your own worth and worthiness and spending time on that relationship. So I love educating people around that as well, and have created a whole way to look at self-care through the lens of these lifestyle medicine pillars. So I invite you to keep listening, keep watching, and we'll talk about this more in the future as we go. Just want to switch my slides here. So here are some starters. If you say, I have no idea where to start, what would be the best place for me to do something? Pick your pillar. Really, there's lots of small changes that add up to health in the long term. And that's what I always talk to my patients about, that we're going to work together. We're going to make goals every time we talk. And when you hit that goal, that becomes the new lifestyle. That's the new baseline. Doesn't mean you get to go back the other direction. But if you think about, you know, taking those baby steps forward, as long as you keep stepping in the right direction, as long as you keep walking away from standard American diet towards a whole food plant focused diet, every step you make along the way is going to impact your health. It's going to make positive changes. So think about some of these things. Can you get rid of processed food? Can you take out those top 3 inflammatory foods? Dairy, processed flours, added sugar, and artificial sweeteners. Can you reduce the amount of meat you eat? If you eat meat 7 days a week, can you go down to 5? Could you do a meatless Monday where you have a vegetarian meal once a week? That's going to make an impact. Can you increase the amount of fruits and vegetables you eat every week? My next video is going to be about the rainbow diet and how to follow a whole food plant focused diet. Give you some tips to really amp the number of fruits and vegetables you get in your life every day. We talked about the lifestyle exercise. How do you build in more steps? How do you build in more activity? Can you go up and down the stairs in your house 10 times more than you normally, maybe not 10 times more, but 10 times a day if all you ever do is 1 or 2? Can you try out some new videos on YouTube that might get you moving and help you learn something new? What are you doing to promote healthy sleep? Do you have a set bedtime and a set wake up time? This is often the easiest intervention that we can do to really shift our sleep habits and create more healthy sleep habits and get into bed and wake up feeling refreshed. What are you doing for stress reduction? Do you have a practice? Do you journal? Do you meditate? Are you doing yoga? Is being outside meditation for you? Picking something that you can do every day or at a minimum every week as your self-care and stress reduction habit is going to be so huge. Making sure you're not using tobacco and alcohol to cope with your stress. What else can you do instead of reach for a glass of wine at the end of the day to help you de-stress? And then again, spend time with the people you love who lift you up, whether it's a phone call, writing someone a letter, having a coffee date and having a hug with someone. We think that we're so connected with the internet, the way we're connecting here today. And it really does separate us in some ways. We don't have to leave our homes to access all this information, which in one way is wonderful. And in other ways, we've forgotten how to be together in community, which is so important to our long-term health and mental health. Thank you so much for listening today. I can't wait to share more with you guys. I'm getting so excited thinking about this. This is just the first of many videos coming your way, and to your good health. Thank you. If you liked what you saw today, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to have videos coming out every week through the end of the year and into 2024. So I really am excited to share with you, and feel free to send this on to someone else who could learn more about lifestyle medicine.